you hear the call to adventure, climb aboard or walk the plank. On the high seas, only those with the strength and spirit can survive. What mysteries lie beneath the waves? Treasure? Glory? Time to raise anchor and set sail. These are the tales of the White Springs Revenge.
It has finally stopped raining on the island. So I think the island itself has been bustling. People got wind that there's a casino here now. You've kind of put the place on the map. It's no longer a hidden pirate cove, and it's now sailor's destination, like a sailor's delight. What are you guys doing with your 2 weeks of downtime?
Oh, you're gonna lose me again, Captain.
I'm gonna spend one of those weeks getting over Whitmore's sickness.
Right, because you have a negative.
I got seasick. I dove down to Atlantis
Too fast.
to give him the lightning rod. Whitmore's hanging out in his house,
Recouping for 1 week.
breathing oxygen, not water.
Trying not to die. I've been gambling this whole time. I nearly lost my shirt. Well, I had 1 coin, and I turned that into a lot of coins, and then I've lost a lot of coins, and I'm not sure how many coins I have now. We'll have to figure that out.
I'm not sure where Bori's been, but he would have come back to Whitmore Cove too. The pier has been extended out into the bay, and in the middle of the bay is built off part of a sunken ship, is built up a multi-floor wooden resort that has a large neon sign, a light-up sign in the shape of a mango with a big W on it.
Holy Bluebeard's barnacles! I come in, I've got a lay across my neck, like I've been on vacation somewhere. Holy, and I don't have my boots anymore. I'm wearing these weird things that are like between my toes with flats.
And you have like a floral print shirt on.
Yeah, I don't know where I was. I couldn't tell if I was drunk or they were speaking weird.
So you're going to spend your time at the casino.
You guys have to see me in the casino.
Bori, where have you been?
Hey! How you doing, Captain? I was just looking for you. I got in yesterday.
It's been at least a month since I see you last. You just up and disappear. We have much to discuss about the state of affairs here on the island.
tide's turned. Yeah, I see it. So I would say it's a rather nice state of affairs since I left, huh?
Aye, these be the spoils of our conquest of Admiral Graveslammer.
Fantastic. You've been doing well, my boy.
Here, take yourself some gold on the house.
You guys come parking my dinghies out on the port. Can you validate this? I show my docking ticket.
Where did you get this? This isn't for here. This isn't our docking
Ah,
set.
those damn gypsies. Alright, let's get to it then. I sadly take off my lei and just throw it on a passing waitress's tray.
Well, Mr. Pilo, Whitmore, what are you doing with your other week?
Say, Whitmore, is that a wedding band on ye finger? Who's the lucky bride?
Aye, this ring be the commencement of our new casino. Show it. It's the same mango
Where's
W
he at work?
logo that's on the top of the building. But it represents our commitment with Atlantis.
Ah, I see. I heard something about you marrying a fish.
Eel.
Forgive me, sir. How shocking I find this. But you look like you're wriggling in delight.
Bori, with your downtime, did you want to gamble? Did you want to take preparations? Did you want to do something else?
I'll gamble.
Okay,
Let's see what we turn 1 gold coin into.
just roll 2d6 and see what you get.
8.
Mixed result, you just win your money back. You
Woo!
like a push. You can keep playing.
Yeah.
Without one.
Again! 5.
5, you lose your money.
Oh my god! Yar! Hi, Captain Whitmore.
So, as I said, the skies have finally cleared around the Isles, and this place is now bustling. We pick up on the beach. You've pulled Bori out of the casino.
Come now, Bori. We've got things to do.
I almost had my money back.
You'll get 'em next time.
And you guys walk down the pier and find Mr. Pilo doing whatever his preparations are, finishing his preparations on the sand. What does that look like, Elo?
I'm actually just kind of prepping with Christelle, and we're just sitting there talking about different dishes that we could have at the restaurant. I don't know a lot about French cuisine, but Christelle is just talking my ear off.
Christelle would be like, I think we could source a lot of local fish There's a lot of fishermen here. And I think if we work on some kind of wine reduction sauce and maybe a sea bass, like that would be a good, consistent base for our restaurant's first course. And then maybe we can move on to some kind of like lobster bisque. I don't know if there's any crab fishermen around here.
Am I by myself, or are they like, or is the captain and Bori?
You see Captain has Bori, and they are walking down the pier towards you where you're on the
All
beach.
right, and then I'm gonna scream out down the pier, Captain, you know where we can get some crabs?
I hear ye can get some crabs down by the brothel.
I've been with many a warrior. We're not talking about those kind of crabs. I've seen the inside of quite a few houses of ill repute.
I once saw a crab claw the size of your leg.
If you're looking for more exotic cuisine, talk to the quartermaster. But for now, you best be enjoying your pickled egg and pickles
And mango.
and mango and pickled mangoes and dried mangoes and freeze-dried mangoes.
Hi.
So at that point, a gentleman is coming down the sand, and he calls out to you, Captain, and says, Mr. Whitmore, this letter is assigned to one of your crew?
Give me
Or
that.
and you snatch the letter out of his hand, and it is addressed to Bori Bowman.
Aye, me. They found me.
Well, Bori, have you got yourself a pen, pal?
I open it up. Let's see what this dreaded thing might be.
You unfold the letter, and you read it, and it is from one of your sons, from Rori, the one who owns the Pig and Whistle Tavern. And Rori is asking for your help in dealing with pressures from the Imperials trying to take over the islands, and says that they are being cut off from their sources of food and ale. Their business is suffering, and they're like, it's kind of like a letter to their dad. I don't know what to do. My life is here,
Oh,
possibly
no.
coming to an end, asking you for guidance.
Aye, Captain Whitmore. I'm so sorry, but it appears I must leave you quickly. I've got to go attend to some family matters.
Oh no, you're not disappearing again. We need you now more than ever.
Aye, but it is me son. There's some trouble at his bar.
Are you say?
Yes, he's
I've
being-
been needing a little bit of reprieve from the hustle and bustle of the cove, but
Mhm.
I am willing to help you in any endeavor. Family comes first.
I appreciate that's very generous of you, Captain, but I wouldn't want you to put yourself in harm's way.
If ye be a mate on my ship, ye be family. The natives on this island have a thing they call ohana.
What does that mean, Captain?
It means family, and family means nobody gets left behind.
I'll finally get to show you that the boot is real, eh? Yeah, no one's ever been able to drink out of it.
Well, then I'll prepare the White Springs Revenge to set sail and set us a course to help your son. What's his tavern called?
The Pig and Whistle. It's,
Pig
Oh, God.
and Whistle.
oh God, where is it again? I made port over there. Where did I bag that wench? I'm just scratching my beard trying to remember where this place is.
Devilfield is a small town on one of the islands on the west side of the cluster of islands, sort of beyond the main two islands on the left side of our. And that's where the Pig and Whistle.
Wait, hold on. I pull up my arm, and there's like this full of tattoos. I stretch out the old skin. See the succubus here? Yeah, that's his mother, all right.
Is
Then
that
I
what
remember the
that
location.
is? I always
Location.
assumed it was an old crow.
That's what she looks like now. She's aged just as well as the tattoo.
So you prep the ship to leave for Devilfield. It'll take like 5 days.
Yeah, tell my boy we're on the way. Like, give him a heads up.
So you guys set sail for Devilfield. I will need a perilous journey from each of you.
Ooh, 7.
And I'll scout.
Ooh, 5.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Lost all the
8.
food, guys.
How many rations you guys got?
So I have 5.
I have 7.
It's going to cost you a lot of rations because it's a long journey. And the rations are doubled when you fail. So I don't know if you guys have enough. So we're probably going to need to do some fishing.
Captain, we left very hastily.
We have 25.
You have 5 days to fish.
So my talk to animals specifically says I can't give them commands. That's another level up. I wonder if I could talk to like dolphin or
But you'll need leverage of some kind to parlay, depending on how.
You need to be careful, Yellow Pilo.
We got the
Animals out
co-king
there.
of Atlantis on board, dude. We're good.
So, what do you say to the
Or the
dolphin?
king- I'm gonna say hello, fine gentlemen. No, it's only short phrases. So like, we hungry, please help.
What you give us?
What you like?
Shiny. We want shiny land thing.
What's like the stupidest shiny thing we have on board?
Oh, I'll spend a
we have-
magic paintbrush
Ah,
and
No, yeah,
and
really?
make a bunch of shiny things.
so you're giving him something like the size of a paintbrush, something small like.
But like
Okay.
a bunch of beads, or I have Jeb draw up tiny bracelets that slip over their bottle noses, and they're really.
Oh, there you
sparkly.
go. That's better. 2 usages to make something that big. Bracelets. So, Mr. Pilo, you got to roll charisma, but it does sound like you're getting aided from the captain. So, if the captain wants to roll aid,
In 10 years.
He gives me a +1, so it's 12.
your man who you had make it paints it out, and it becomes real. And he hands it over to you, Mr. Pilo. And what do you say to the dolphin, or what do you do with the bracelet?
I don't give it to them yet.
Okay.
I say, you help us, you get this. And I show it to them.
And they're like, okay, we gather fish. You grab fish?
Yes.
So the dolphins then get a school of fish like spinning off the side of the ship. If everyone wants to roll to try to spear some fish or net some fish.
Right?
Okay, then I'll aid Whitmore then.
Well, that's all right. He got a full success and you got a mixed success. I think you guys probably pull in about 5 rations worth of fish. I think you guys make it. Like you pull a net and grab some fish and throw a few spears and grab some, and you guys will have enough food, but you'll have no extra food. So after that, you guys get food and you're partway through the journey. And what did you roll on the scouting roll? Was it mixed result? Cool. So you're out at sea and you spot again that whirlpool shape where you were attacked by the giant squid. And you get concerned, of course, at the sight of that. But while you're about to react to that, you see a much larger shape, luminous shadow in the water come by, and then suddenly that whirlpool is pulled down, and the area where it was suddenly full of inky blackness of the squid-like creature. And then there is this massive shadow that is now trolling these waters. It is definitely bigger than the giant squid was that attacked the ship. What do you guys do?
Ignore it and hope for the best. You just see Captain Whitmore just being all loud. Another round of the song about me.
Hey, Captain, what is that strange thing in the water?
Who cares? It's not in the tail.
I've never seen something like that before.
Full steam ahead. And up with the volume on the tunes. I want to hear some jovial renditions from the top.
The captain's in a good mood. Fire off some cannons for fun.
All right. Okay. Odds or evens then, Bori. What do you want? What do you want?
Odds.
I rolled a 3. You guys fire off some cannons and things fall into the water away from you, and the shadow doesn't seem to notice or care, and you guys sail on. Lucky you did not take. You guys sail into Devil's Field. This smaller island is less mountainous than the other islands in the region, and it is quite forested. Devil's Field is a small town made of mostly wood. It is a port stop if you're on the outside, but not as big as others like a Maylock or a Cinnabluff. More like Prismont when you guys were there. Not too much there. As you pull in, you do see a vessel docked there, a smaller ship, but it does look in the style and make of the imperial ships coming from the mainland, from the kingdom of Caledonia.
We need to head for the pig and whistle.
You step out onto the dock, and it is not super busy here. You wander out into the town, and you've been here before, Bori. You guys see a group of soldiers that are part of Prince Gloomis's army, and they are harassing somebody in front of one of the buildings. You can see that the guy is like scared and is like, no, I don't know anything about it. And they're like, well, that's a likely answer. And he smacks him with the butt of his weapon.
Oh, goodness.
And the guy falls to the ground. If you want to continue down the street, the pig and whistle is past that.
Captain, the pig and whistle's this way.
After you, Mr. Bowman.
We ignore that, I guess. We keep going.
You guys
I
push
lead them
in.
to where I believe I remember the pig and whistle to be.
So when you were at the Pig and Whistle before, you remember there was a fresh coat of paint on the side of like a picture of a pig. It's got a whistle in its mouth and it says in big letters, the Pig and Whistle. And your son was really proud of it, like you just had it painted. And the place was hopping most nights. Sailors coming in to drink, the loggers that live on the island, people trying to do the boot challenge and like spewing beer, and everyone's cheering and laughing. And you look at the building you're standing in front of now, and it looks dilapidated. And this beautiful paint job that your son was so proud of is half peeled off. And as you press inside the building, the interior is not full of life like you remember. It's quite dead and dreary. There is one drunkard at the bar who is half drunk and staring into their glass of whatever they're drinking.
Still a little woozy from Whitmore sickness, I blow my whistle. I brought the whistle, where be the pig?
At the blowing of the whistle, the guy on the bar kind of sits upright and says, huh? And the bartender comes around the corner and looks up and says, what is that noise? And you look at the bartender and you realize it is your son, Tori. And he says, Father, and
Tori!
runs over and gives you a big hug.
What's happened here, my boy?
Oh,
What's
Father.
wrong? You've said word.
It's been terrible. The Prince Gloomis's men have run off all the business and they've choked off the port. They've gonna run the whole town out of business. It's gonna be a ghost town soon. These men have like set up shop. They think it's their place. They shoot at other boats they don't want to come in. They've raided shops for supposedly being rebels against the Empire. It's all bullshit, Dad. It's all
Raiding
bullshit.
and thieving, you know how that disgusts me.
Come in. Who are your friends? Please. I'm Tori. And he comes and gives you a handshake. Gives each of you a handshake.
This is the great Captain Whitmore.
Tori, your father Bori is the best sailor that I have ever had the pleasure of knowing.
He's come to liberate you. I'm just now realizing that's my son.
And Rori says, well, I don't doubt it. He's been sailing a long time. Please come in. Let me get you something to drink. I'm afraid we don't have anything of any quality to offer, but we've been making wine to get by. And he pours you mulled wine. It's got chunks of fruit in it, and it is alcoholic. It's a little gross. It's not great. And he says, I don't know what I'm going to do, Father. I'm going to have to close this bar or start sailing like my brother Tori and you, or go see if Corey needs help at his blacksmithery, or perhaps go see Bill, get a job working for these assholes.
Oh, God, no.
By the way, when's the last time you talked to Mom?
Your mother? She's
Yes,
still around.
my mother.
Oh, God, I look very panicked. I look around.
She's
extremely
not. She
panicked.
doesn't live here. She's still on the main.
Oh, good. It's been a while.
Anyways, I hope you didn't come out here just because of my letter. I'm not sure what you can do about these assholes. I do know you have quite a reputation, Captain Whitmore.
I know forces of Prince Gloomis can stand up to the likes of me and me men. I blow my whistle again, really.
The drunkard, like,
We figured it'd be a great opportunity to engage in some piracy against Gloomis.
I also heard you opened a casino? Is that true?
Fabulous.
The crown jewel of Whitmore Cove. Whitmore's Hotel, Resort, and Casino. Come down today for fun, food, and fashion.
Well, I know it's not much, but if you are able to somehow free us of these imperial bastards, I might be able to source you some more exotic alcohols that you could sell at your establishment. Something unique.
Premium liquor.
What say you, Whitmore? Are you willing to help out my kid?
These terms be agreeable, and we are here to help you. Not just for the booze, because it's the right thing to do.
Because fuck Gloomis.
Yeah,
Spit on the ground.
We spit. I spit on the ground too.
Maybe I can get you someone to help find you around town. I'm not sure what you can do.
Is it just that one ship in the port?
Yeah, that one stays here. They've built a little structure at the edge of town that is their barrack.
Well, when you
Other
become a
ships-
pirate as great as me, you just need to show these fools that you're not willing to put up with it anymore. Come on, men. And Captain Whitmore is walking out of the bar to his ship.
He just walks out. What do you two do?
I've never seen the captain so decisive before. Not sure what he's got planned. We better go make sure he's gonna live.
Yeah, I gotta stay here and mind the bar, but if
course, it's
I can
good
give
seeing
you
you,
a
boy.
contact in town if you need help. I have
Sure,
some friends if you
Who's
need
your
to
friends?
be shown around town. Martin, he's helped me when the Imperials came into the
Do
town.
something about that paint, boy. It looks terrible outside.
What? The rain didn't stop for 2 months, Father.
Aye.
So then are you chasing after Whitmore?
Just watching as everything's going
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
Looking around.
watching.
I do remember Hilo speaking about some sort of drinking competition or something famous about this bar, right?
He thinks he can take on your boot.
So yeah, that's
Huh.
all I'm kind of looking around, looking at people just doing the boot, and that's all I care about because Rory's been talking this up for like months on end now.
He says, I would love to serve you, but I can't, good conscience, give you the boot full of this mulled wine. That would be dangerous. But if you can liberate some of the ale stores that I know they're holding in their little barrack over there that they've seized, I will gladly serve every one of Whitmore's men the boot and laugh as you all fail to drink. It'll be a grand time.
Hey, what say you? Is this quest now worthy of your attention?
Anything for the boot. In the last months, there's only been 2 goals in Elo's life: take down the prince and do this boot. So if that's what I got to do, that's what I got to do.
Oh, we'll probably run after Captain Whitmore. But maybe he gets to something before we get there.
Yeah, what is the captain's intentions?
I hop aboard the ship and say, prepare yourselves for battle. About time we actually start acting like pirates. Because Admiral Graveslammer said I wasn't a pirate.
So now you gotta prove that
So
you're
now
a
I gotta
pirate,
prove
even though
that
it
I'm a
doesn't
pirate.
matter what he says. I don't care what he says.
Prepare the Thunderball.
Oh, do you still have Thunderballs?
I have 1 Thunderball.
That's right. You used almost all of them.
You've got
The other men, yes, sir. They run and start preparing the cannons for Thunderball.
So I just want to pull up to the ship and just blow it the fuck up. And then, as a show of force.
And then redock.
Yeah.
So you guys run down towards the dock to see the White Springs Revenge push off from port and make a hard turn, let out just enough sail to catch some wind, make a hard turn around to the other side of the docks where the other ship is ported and pull up next to it. And the cannon doors open and the cannons fire. Boom, 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 boom. And everybody in the town is alerted to this. You see Bori and Pilo as the rounds fire out of the cannons. There is bright flashes of light and you hear the sizzling of electricity as it hits the ship. And the ship is a little smaller than the White Springs, and it is ripped to shreds. And what is left of it is on fire and sinking into the ocean at the edge of the dock. And then the White Springs then lets down a little sail and swings back around the port and redocks back in the same position you guys found it in. And the gangway comes down.
Ah, it's a good day to be a pirate.
Hey, wow, Captain. I really owe you my hat on this one. Way to take initiative.
The best defense is a good offense.
So this has attracted attention. People have come out of their homes. The square here that is up into the docks area is starting to fill up, and there's people are asking like, "What the fuck happened?" And like, "That ship's on fire and it sank." And you hear people talking about the military folks are going to be here, and the soldiers, though, they're going to be coming. What do you guys want to do?
Wasn't that supposed to be the soldiers in there?
No, Rori told you there was a building. They had like a barracks.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And a storehouse.
Yeah, but Captain Whitmore is just standing on the dock, hands on his hips, just staring at the burning ship. Ah, isn't it marvelous?
Hey, Captain, you did a wonderful job. That's great. What do you have planned for the soldiers?
Soldiers?
Yeah. So that's just like a transport ship they use. There's a barracks here on the island with a full garrison. Maybe 2. At least 1.
Oh.
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
Wondering if our lack of planning is to blame for this one. You've been
Bentley.
looking a little pale since we last met.
Yeah, I haven't been feeling so good. I really got to stop carrying these around in my pocket. And I pull out a magic lightning stone, and it gives me a
What
little...
is-
It
What
gives
is
me
that?
a little zap. Well, you see, we started this mine on the island, and we found these rocks, and they're very powerful.
Like keep himself awake
Wait.
for hours or something.
When he felt the lightning rod, he heard the lightning goddess there,
Right.
and when he was messing with these stones, he forged some sort of connection with her.
Right.
And with all this by Whitmore's sickness, it's just kind of starting to take its toll on him a little bit. The pirate life has definitely got to him. All great pirates lose it.
This is
So you
his,
kind of need to survive the horrors
Yeah.
of the things you're about to do. Can we
Right.
fire
Justify
upon
it.
the barracks from the ship?
about the time you start to think about that as a viable option.
I suggest that. Yeah, I suggest that to the
You
captain. What
hear,
about-
you hear people in the back of the group start to move out of the way, and you hear footfalls of soldiers marching. A group of 10 or so men march down in a double file line over to where the boat is sinking and stand at attention. And one man steps forward and says, "Someone's gonna tell me what happened here."
I think you already know what happened here.
And he looks at you and he says, "Who are you?"
You know who I am. And I put my fist out and I show him my ring.
Seize him. And four of the guys come forward and try to grab you.
Falling right into my trap. And I swing my blade at them.
And my men will try to stop them from touching me. Crit fail.
10.
So what happens is the men move forward and go for Whitmore, and a few of his guys step up, and the soldiers don't hesitate to draw their blades, and one of them stabs through one of your men and tosses them aside, and they grab Whitmore, and you take damage for me stabbing your men. You're getting stabbed pretty good. These guys are professionals. 6 as he rapiers you in the gut. And then Bori steps forward and stabs one of the soldiers. It's all blowing up right now. Mr. Pilo, what are you doing?
Let's show Mr. Bori my new trick, and the closest person that's attacking us, I am going to have them have sex with something close to them.
So, as I recall, the man-
Ha! Crit fail.
Nice. What are you going to have sex with?
you start to open your mouth to do your power, and the officer draws a flintlock style pistol and shoots you. And it interrupts your ability to use your power of the voice for 2 damage. Though he just wings you, and it hurts and it breaks your concentration.
Bastard.
And then Whitmore hasn't actually done it. One of your men has been stabbed, and you are physically being restrained by these guys, and they're trying to pull you back towards the other men.
Yeah, I'm gonna dig my heels into the ground. And my men, they grab onto me and they're like trying to pull me back, and they're like having tug of war. For an 11.
This starts to become a tug of war, and your men yank you free of that grips of the soldiers, and they
Well, like a
stand
tug
you
of
up.
Whitmore.
At this point, the officer looks at the rest of his men and he says, "Arrest all of them! Kill them if they won't come peacefully." And the soldiers, all 10 men, draw their short swords and axes and step forward to try to apprehend all of you. So everybody needs to make defy danger rolls. And there's 10 of them, so I'm going to make you all make 2 defy danger.
Strengthen it out. For an 8 and another 8.
So you've been pulled free, and now they've pulled a weapon. So are you
Yeah,
strengthening?
by clashing sword.
So mixed results, you're going to get scraped up a little bit. What else did other people roll?
I rolled a 10 and a 7 for agility, just trying to jump out of the way.
And what about Mr. Bowman?
I am going to parry with my sword. 12 for one, 7 for the second one.
Okay, so mixed result, you're going to... Okay, so for every mixed result, you take 1 damage. Everybody has at least 1 armor. So nobody actually takes damage. You all get slashed at some point, but it hits your armor. You're outnumbered right here. Your ship is behind you.
I want to attack the guy who was giving orders to arrest us.
With your sword?
Yeah.
Then you need to make defy danger to get past his men that stand between you.
Can I command my men, take those guys, and clear me a path?
Arrest
'Cause
them!
that will shed my armor that I get from my men so I can go straight to that guy.
I see you're going to trade me your armor in exchange for the opportunity to fight him now. I'm down for that.
And I rolled an 11.
Stab him. Roll your damage.
Yeah. For 6-1 pierce.
6-1 pierce. Nice. So you come up and you slash this man with your cutlass and slash back at him. And he steps back, trying to dodge your attack, but you catch his arm and then you catch his gut a little bit.
No, arrest these men. You've broken the law. Whitmore's law.
You're a criminal and a rebel, and you'll be put to death.
And you're a sheep following the shepherd of a mass-murdering evil doofus named Gloomis.
Good boy, Captain.
What's Bori and Elo doing?
Elo heard Marshall say that it was Whitmore's law. His ears perked up. And so, like, he's pissed now because that's, like, his alignment statement is to always uphold Whitmore's law.
Oh, and Whitmore invoked it.
Yeah. So now I got to do something. It's basically called me into action. So I got a 7. Whoa, 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 go away. Whoa, 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 whoa.
You guys hear it echoing through the dock. You see it on his face. He like winces and he like just turns from you and starts to run into the town more away from the dock. He runs away. What is Bori doing?
I'm attacking anybody. 8. Yeah, strength is all I got.
Okay, we're hack and slashing, so we're trading damage.
Yeah.
Let's see what your damage is.
9.
And I got 6. You do more damage than you take, but you do kill the one guy you injured, slash another guy, and then take a wound yourself to the leg. There are still 10 men fighting. Well, I guess Bori's killed 1 and fought a few off. So I'll make Bori only make 1. Elo roll 2.
So 9
I will use my sword to defend myself.
and 13.
1, 2, 3, 4, 6.
6 takes 6 damage. And Mr. Pilo takes 2 damage. You guys see Bori over there, and it's classic Bori. He's fighting his fucking ass off. He is old and slow, and he's doing that thing he does where he just starts taking the hits. He's delivering them, but he's taking them too. Mr. Whitmore, you're sort of free of the combat at this moment. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna do the charisma thing and call out with my men behind me. I assume them grappling the other soldiers and what other men that are standing in front of me. I my sword at all of them, intimidating. This be your one and only chance. Lay down your arms and you shall be forgiven. But if ye still choose to ally yourself with Prince Gloomis, prepare to die. Here, today, right now.
Roll charisma.
Double 6s.
The men all pull back, like the squad kind of shrinks back together away from you guys, no longer engaging, keeping a line, and they back their way out and pursue after their commander. So the combat has ended and they are retreating. And you see them push through the crowd and find their commander out there and grab him, and they all start running back towards the direction they came, assumably towards the barrack.
Well, it sounds like we gotta go kill those guys.
Some of the townsfolk are like, oh my God, the stories of Captain Whitmore are true. Did you see that? They destroyed their ship and then they bested them in combat and routed them even though they were outnumbered. People are kind of hyped on it.
I start throwing mango slices into the crowd. Yes, yes, Captain Whitmore is here. And
Yes,
we had flyers for the casino.
We should go burn down that barracks, huh?
Lead the way, Mr. Bowman.
So I guess we're gonna start heading our way to the barracks. Let's go kill those guys.
So you guys gather up yourselves. You guys start marching towards that end of town. You go through the streets and it thins out into a woodland area, and there's a small hill there, and built on the top of the hill is a stone and wood structure that is the barracks, and you know this because the flag of Prince Gloomis is flying above the building. It is a proper little keep of defensible structure with a large wooden doors and mostly stonework walls with like wooden. So what do you guys want to do? What's the plan?
Can I spend income to roll a barrel of gunpowder over here? I want to put it at the front door, wherever that might be.
Are you trying to do this stealthily or are you just doing
No.
this in open?
Very brazen.
Okay, start approaching the gate. Some men on the top start popping out with crossbows and rifles and will shoot at you. Roll defy danger.
Can I defy danger with charisma by still trying to hold a conversation with them while they're firing at me, and just beyond hope that their arrows and bullets just kind of fly past me, and I'm just like
Trying to evoke plot armor.
yeah.
Literal plot armor?
I think
like
a constitution's
Dex
more
or-
appropriate.
My character wears
I-
literal plot armor.
I just be standing in such a way.
Forged out of pure bullshit. This plot armor will keep me safe.
For 11.
11. All right, yeah. You were just walking proudly with your men as you're kicking forward a barrel. You hear pops of guns and bullets whizzing past you and arrows flying in, and like one arrow like strikes the gunpowder, but it doesn't sink in too far and it just gets snapped off as the barrel rolls forward. I'm gonna make you make a second one because you're moving a barrel a fairly large distance and they have good range. So as you get in their closer range, they're gonna take a second volley.
9.
Some of your men get winged a little bit in the second volley. You're a lot closer to them.
Hold steady, men. Show them no fear.
2 damage. And you get to the gate, you and your men get flush against the wall, so it's hard for them to like angle down over the ramparts. You guys see Captain Whitmore and his men do this. What do you guys want to do?
I'm gonna start shooting my pistol up at the guy shooting at him to hopefully like a little cover fire.
Maybe you can
I'm gonna
win.
lay down some cover fire. Dexterity, right?
Yeah.
4. Nope. It's not happening today.
Okay, your gun backfires and you take
Oh,
3
God.
damage.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Does armor help with that at all? Or
Yeah.
Okay.
What is Mr. Pilo doing?
I've got like 100 pirates to throw at you guys. I'm gonna really fuck you up here. I'm helping you.
I'm just gonna attack with my sword to the closest person.
They're on top of a rampart and you're kind of hiding in the trees. You're at the edge of these trees. There is this path that Whitmore has walked and taken fire while rolling a barrel. There is a structure at the end of that with men standing at the top of it. So no one is swordable without you scaling
well,
the
I'm
wall.
my bow then.
Okay, yeah, you can shoot your bow.
So I'm gonna
Yep.
shoot my bow at someone. Whoever's
Yeah,
easiest
just
target,
cover
I guess.
fire like Bori is. Yeah.
8.
All right, what's your negative you're going to choose from the volley negatives?
Less damage, I guess. What's the subtraction?
A D6.
1.
You volley out a shot up at the ramparts and it strikes one of the guys on the ramparts, and another guy points out at you, and the riflemen and crossbowmen aim away from Whitmore and aim towards you guys. So can I get Bori and Pilo to make defy dangers for gunfire and crossbow bolts?
Or I'm gonna hide behind the tree. Dexterity. 8.
Same, and I got a 10.
So you guys dive for the trees. Boy, you're going to take a little more damage. It's another 3. As you guys hear bullets and bolts hit the trees. Whitmore, what's your plan? They are a little distracted from you at the minute. You made it to the door with the barrel.
Blow up the door. I place a lightning stone on top of the gunpowder barrel, and then I'm gonna inch away from the wall, try to get some distance, and then shoot it with my gun.
Roll.
10.
You guys from behind the trees see Whitmore's men kind of spread out along the wall away from the door where they've placed the barrel of gunpowder. And Whitmore pulls out his pistol and fires into the stone, and it causes a quick flash. And then you hear boom as the gunpowder explodes, and it blows a large hole in the 2 front doors, and they're both kind of damaged and slightly bent on their hinges. What are you guys doing out there in the trees?
After I hear the explosion, I'm gonna start running towards the barracks door, and then as I'm running, maybe cover fire still, maybe see if I can hit somebody. Nope. 4.
You get hit by one of the rounds from the rifleman for 5 damage.
Oh, God. Okay. Not dead yet, but almost.
Pilo, you see Bori get shot. What are you doing?
I'm gonna run after him. So I'm just gonna dex over there and try to get in a position where we can hide in the closer to the bear.
Okay, roll a defy danger.
That's gonna be a 10.
They shoot Bori, and you take that opportunity to over to where the captain's men are. So the men on top are still going to be firing at who? I guess at Bori. So Bori, I need another defy danger roll.
I will use dexterity and kind of try to keep running. Maybe get like so where I can hug the wall so they can't really shoot me from below. Hook up against the wall. 9.
You make it to the wall, but you're going to take another hit. Let's see if you die. What's your HP at?
2 armor. My HP's at 3.
You take 4 damage, so you have 1 life. He's sprinting. He's got this bleeding wound from a gunshot wound, some other cuts from the sword fight, and you guys see him just take a bolt to the shoulder, and he makes it to the wall and slumps onto the wall.
Aim at somebody else, for fuck's sake.
Hold
gonna
this
take-
point. 13.
13 to stand in defense of the door. Okay, and then you're going to bandage Bori. Okay, so you standing in defense of the door. You stand there for a while he starts to bandage up Bori, and you're waiting for something to happen, and the dust is clearing, and it becomes eerily quiet. You don't hear the men above you anymore. The fighting isn't happening. It is suddenly just very quiet. But you do get a chance to bandage Mr. Bowman.
I was trying to dodge, sir. Thank you. I've got 8 health.
We must have won the battle.
I mean, it makes sense, right?
Start singing, boys. And we conquered our men in their own barracks.
I look over.
I
I
sing
look
along
over
with
at
him.
Pilo. Is it just me, or is Whitmore a little more casual?
I like looking at him as I'm singing along. I'm like, I'm just...
You've been gone a while. Well, I guess that leaves us no choice but to go in and clear out the barracks.
Lead the way, Bori.
You're here now, Whitmore?
I've been here.
You have a potion. Give him a potion.
Oh.
Wait, what's your
Bori.
full health?
26, I think.
Oh, here, take
Like-
this. He's like
When I see a
bleeding
feeble-
through his clothes.
On the battlefield, when I see a feeble old man, I tend to aim at him.
The healing potion is 10 more HP.
Oh, perfect. 18. There we go. Sir, wait. I've got a great idea. Go fetch some hay and some flammable liquid. We'll smoke them out.
Sounds like a great idea. Just like we smoked out that troll.
Hell yeah, 11.
Bori lights a fire at the edge of the door where it's already a little burnt, and smoke starts to build. And after a while, you start to hear men coughing. Not very far away from the door either.
Ooh.
And you hear the footsteps move away from the door as they're trying to get away from the smoke. And you think right on the other side of the door is no longer packed with dudes ready to kill you.
What do you want to do, Captain? Should we go running in?
Go running in. Charge.
Okay, boy. So you run in through the flame. You kind of have to jump through the flame a little bit. The first room you're in is just full of smoke, and it's hard to see, and you're coughing. Make a defy danger to find your way in the smoke.
I'm going to use my intelligence because most of these places are built the same. 10. Around here.
You run towards where you think an open archway is, and you come out of the smoke. And in this hall, you see some men that have retreated from the smoke, and there are doors off to the sides leading to other rooms of the barrack. And the men are sort of surprised as you run into them. Captain, are you following through the smoke with your men?
Hell yeah.
Roll to defy danger against the smoke.
Gonna breathe deep. Can't be any worse than water. 10.
It's much more worse. It could kill you years later.
And you and your men emerge from the smoke, and the men that are in the room all start to retreat into the doorways to try to take up defensive positions as they realize what is happening as you guys are charging into the room.
Now I'm running on in.
Roll to defy danger against the smoke.
I rolled a 3, so I used my dex and I tripped and fell in the fucking smoke, and now I inhaled a bunch of smoke in my lungs.
Yeah, that sounds like you gave yourself a debility is what that sounds like. You take a -1 to anything constitution. Elo comes into the room, smell of smoke, and you start inhaling it and coughing, and you kind of fall into a wall, and you're just kind of pounding around in the dark. The men have started to take up defensive positions, so what are Bori and Whitmore and his men doing?
And slashing. 11.
Roll damage.
Ooh, 10.
So you step towards the archway where one guy is trying to set up a defensive position, and you run your sword through him, and he falls to the ground, bleeding out. And this room, as you look into, is just like a room of cots that runs the length of this hallway.
I look into his eyes and I say, "Your mother will be sorry."
And he looks at you as terror in his eyes as he dies. Captain Whitmore, Bori is diving into combat. What are you doing?
Can I spend an adventuring gear to start setting these cots on fire?
Yeah, you run into that room and you light a cot. You just pour your fire starter shit on it and gather all like the blankets in one pile, and this cot is almost instantly ablaze. And now there's smoke building even faster in this whole structure.
I am going to roll a charisma by starting to sing the song of Whitmore, Follow the Voice. So I'm going to try to start a fucking sing along, and then when everyone starts singing, then I fucking follow the voices.
Okay, roll charisma.
8.
You start to choke out the voices. Whitmore and the hell's the White Springs, and you listen for it, and you don't hear it so much as you hear like the clashing of swords, and you're like, oh, okay, they're fighting over there. And you wander into the hallway, and you see Bori standing over a man, and you see Whitmore has gone into that room where Bori is standing, and some of his men are in the hallway. At that point, there is a retaliating push from the men from deeper in the barrack, and they charge into that hallway where Pilo and Bori are, and you're both going to need to roll Defy Dangers.
Parry with my sword. Oh god. Snake eyes.
I also fail. Shut
you guys
up,
are
dude.
taken by surprise.
I have a question. So my new move where I can do the cursing and make everyone around me take the same damage. When you take damage or a debility, you may choose to roll plus charisma. On a 10, all sentient creatures within hearing distance take the same amount of damage or debility. On a 7 to 9, the source of your damage does, or one target of your choice. On a 6 or minus, my swearing gets out of control and I hurt myself.
Oh,
and
shit.
the GM will tell me how. So yeah, we just both got hit and just screaming in the swearing in the ancient language. 11.
Men come around the corner, surprise you, swinging swords and firing crossbow bolts. You get stabbed, and you let out this screech in the ancient language, and the men around you all peel back, and you can see some of them have like nosebleeds now. They all look fucked up because 6 is a lot of damage. Whitmore, you hear this in the hallway, the fighting breaking out and the ancient language being fired off. What are you doing? This cot is totally on fire.
Can I discern realities to figure out if there are more men somewhere else or if they're all here in the hall? 5.
You go to peek your head out into the hallway, and you are immediately met with a crossbow bolt. 5 damage. So you lean out into the hallway, and you are struck in the leg by a crossbow bolt. Pilo and Bori, what are you guys doing?
Well, we are going to attack back. Keep murdering these boys. 8.
So you kill another one of these men from Pilo's ability. So you start hacking your way through, and you take a few out, and one of them stabs you in the arm for 3 damage.
I just look at him and smile.
Does my preparations, could that be something that I could use to activate my sword without having to roll for it?
Oh, that's an idea. Yeah, like give you one of the harmonies or whatever. How does this work? I have it written. Every time you roll a 10 or higher when using the sword, you gain a resonance. So yeah, you want to spend your 1 preparation to get a resonance, is what you're saying.
I was hoping to use all 4 to get crazy frequency spike.
Fucking do it. I think that's good because you did spend it like talking to Crystal. So
yeah.
I'm down for that. You can spend them to boost your resonance. I'm down for that.
So I'll bust out my sword and I'm going to start talking to Crystal, and I'll be like, listen, Crystal, you know that I'm not going to be able to help you catch all those sea bass if I'm dead. So I think that we're going to need a little help here, and you have to help me with some of these guys. I'm going to do my little sound wave. It's a frequency spike. It says it's just a 50% chance. So it's a 50-50 that I'll stun all the creatures in the area.
Do you want odds or evens? I'm going to roll a bunch of them.
Odds.
So there are like 6 guys, left in this hallway. And 4 of them, you say this to Crystal, and she says, "Not the sea bass!" And she starts to woo, woo, and this pulse of vibration streaks out, and the guys like nails on a chalkboard reaction, like they clinch up like almost like they're being tased. 5 of the guys just kind of fall to the ground, and there are 2 guys left standing. So you stunned 5 dudes. So then it's their turn. So those guys, 5 of those guys lose the turn, and I think the other 2 guys, because they're all injured from your other thing, they retreat. So there are now just the 4 guys that are stunned on the floor, and then it's your guys' turn again.
So I'm gonna go stab one of the guys on the floor.
You just lean up and you just slit that guy's throat. And I imagine if you want to just go around and do that to all 4 of these guys, that's what Bori's
kind of
doing.
my favorite
Just
thing.
fucking sliding throats like a lunatic. You see arcs of blood spraying up on the wall. They're all dead. So you guys are standing in this room. The smoke is building in this room now. There's a room with the burning cots. If you look into the other room from this hallway, on the other side of the hallway, there is the storage room that your son mentioned. And you see in there's like a bunch of goods they have seized, including casks and kegs, which assumably contain alcohol. It's getting real smoky.
What do you say, Captain? You want to grab some barrels and go, or do we have a way to put this fire out?
Put it out. We just got the party started.
Well, then we might want to grab our cargo and go.
Whatever you say, Bori. Ha ha ha. And I run off to go charge the guy who shot me with crossbow.
Oh, jeez.
So you run off up the stairwell, run up the stairs, and up here there's the door that lets you out to the top where the ramparts are and stuff where people are shooting from. And then there is the offices of the officers. And as you get to the top of the stairs, they're held up in the office, and you see the main guy who retreated from Pilos' powers on the docks earlier. And you see the 2 men that just retreated that are fucked up, nose bleeding, and a few more men in the office, all armed up with their crossbows and rifles and swords. And you come up to this top of the stairs, and this officer looks over at you, injured.
Now
says,
I said I was only going to give you 1 chance, but I be in a good mood today. So here's your one and only option. Submit to me or die.
He looks pissed, like he doesn't want to, but he looks at his men, the 2 men that came up from the fight, and he realizes how many men of his you guys have taken out with such a small group. And he thinks about his career, and he looks back at you and says, "What are your terms, Whitmore?"
Lay down ye arms and vacate these waters, and tell Prince Gloomis that I am on the move. And if he continues to invade our sovereign lands, then he be treated to the same beating I have given to you here today, right now. 14.
He looks at his men and starts gesturing, and they all hesitate and lay down their arms. "I will take my men, and we will leave this island."
Oh, and one more thing. You are to deliver a special message to Admiral Glaive Slammer, and you tell him who let you live this day. Captain Marshal Whitmore, that's who. Let me hear you say it.
That's this guy right here, I say, and I point to the captain.
Captain Whitmore, let us live.
And his friends.
And his friends, don't forget, we were here
Like,
too.
we're there. We're friends of his.
Run downstairs and try to run through the fire and run out the front of the building. The building is very much on fire. What do you guys?
That couldn't have gone any better, Captain. Smooth as I remember sailing with you's always been.
Aye, we get the job done. It always helps to have you around, Bori. Ye have my thanks.
Well, you have my things. You've helped my son. And, I don't know. I think you just got yourself an island.
I just imagine as we're talking, there's like smoke trickling in.
Yeah,
Yeah, you guys are on the second floor, and you look down the stairs at the first floor, and it's just black smoke starting to billow up the stairwell.
Hey, perhaps we best get your son his booze. I could use a drink.
And I just start screaming, boot, boot, boot.
I'm gonna need you guys to roll Defy Danger to grab the booze and get out in the fire. It's mostly stone walls, but it's all supported by like big wooden timber beams, and those are very hard to put out, and those are now on fire. So it's like one side's on fire with all those cots are now catching fire in that room. So all the interior wood items are burning, and it's gotten out of hand.
Oh my goodness.
Fire.
I am going to use some cool pirate stuff. Never mind the booze. My son will get more. Come with me. And I grab Captain Whitmore and I grab a rope or the curtain that just so happens to be there by the window.
Okay.
And we back up a little bit and we go running out and jump out the window as I hold onto the curtain, sail us out of there. I don't know what Pilo's going to do because I just realized there's. Oh no, he already left, right?
No, I'm still in there.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot about Pilo.
He's chanting boot, boot, boot.
Yeah,
and you
yeah,
grab
he's-
Captain and swing away. And then he turns around and you guys are just gone. And then roll dexterity.
9.
Can I
Swing
roll
out.
an 8?
Oh yes, roll 8.
Woo! Almost didn't make that.
10.
10. Okay. So you swing out, and the swing out that Bori does is quite graceful. As you swing out, you realize he wasn't really considering the landing. He
Like
lets
most
go, and
things.
you're able to make it so that you guys don't hit the ground too hard, and you both roll away from the building. It's Philo. You're in there. There's still some of Whitmore's men in there too.
They're all
You
just
guys-
like scratching their heads. Like,
What just did they have a discussion in front of us?
Okay, so we're just giving up on the booze entirely.
Oh wait, yeah, I'll grab one and I'll jump. Yeah, because I'm strong.
Roll defy danger to get into the storeroom with the fire and the smoke.
Dex.
Okay, you're running hard.
Ooh, 7.
Do you want the booze or do you want and damage or no booze and no damage?
I'm about this boot life, so I'm gonna take the damage.
You take 6 damage.
Oh, no.
Burning timber falls on you, but you power through while clutching a cask and push up back to the second floor where the guys, Whitmore's men, are making a rope out of the curtains, like tying curtains together to
All his men there,
come down the
too.
side Rapunzel style, and they help you with the cask, and you guys all climb down and find Bori and Whitmore in the field outside.
There's your crew, Captain. I completely forgot about everybody else in that room.
they can take care of themselves. And you see them like making a rope out of curtain drapes or something, and they're just like, Leafy just left us in there.
I swear you find the bravest, most trusting, most loyal people.
And they're like calmly getting down safely. Like you guys made a dramatic jive out the window, like it was going to explode. And like these guys take like a few minutes and like safely pass a cask down and then get Mr. Pilo down.
I want to go
Us boot?
to the town square and blow my whistle and declare, I have rid Devil's Field of the worst devil of them all. Any of those who are still loyal to Prince Gloomis are not welcome here, for ye are free by the help of Captain Marshal Whitmore of the White Springs Revenge.
Well, charisma.
And casinos unlimited.
Yeah.
11.
People let out a cheer, and people are coming out of their houses, and they can see the wrecked ship, and then in the distance they see the burning tower of the barrack that they've built, and joy is on these people's faces.
Take charge and rid yourselves of the blighted Prince Gloomis, and meet us at the Pig and Whistle for the after party.
So you guys end up at the Pig and Whistle, and it is lively again, like you remember it last time, Bori. And your son is busting his ass trying to get drinks to everybody and food to everybody, but you see he has a huge grin on his face because his business is alive again. And everyone has like the joy of hope in their eyes as they are getting fucking smashed.
You know, Captain, I believe my son can help you increase your alcohol revenue from your casinos by 10%.
Does he have any experience making cocktails with mangoes? It's our specialty.
You guys are standing there and you see Rori when he has a moment, he stacks on the counter 3 glass boot-shaped glasses and fills them from the cask you guys saved. He yells out to the entire tavern, ladies and gentlemen, we have challengers of the boot. And all the locals who know are like, whoa, shit. We have my
Gilbert guy
father, Bori Bowman, savior of Devil's Field. And they cheer. We have Elo Pilo, first mate to the famous Captain Whitmore and wielder of the golden voice. And they cheer. And we have the man himself, Captain Marshal Whitmore, savior of the Isles, defeater of Graveslammer, better of eels. And the men and everyone cheers. And he says, step forward, 3 combatants, and see if you can defeat the boot.
Thought it was lover of eels, but okay.
Long as nobody calls me an eel fucker.
And he looks at all of you and he says, if you want to drink this, there is a certain motion, and he just makes a hand twisting hand motion, and it requires some consonants. Continents? English was never my song suit. It's going to be hard to keep down, is what I'm saying. And if you want to challenge the boot, you need to make me a dex roll followed by a con roll.
Bori, ye can never
My
drink
con's
me
down
under
right
the
now, too.
table.
Yeah, you get a negative your con right now. Out of all this, you get to the boot and you're not in prime boot shape.
All right, Dex. That was going to be an 8, and it's going to be a 7 for Constitution.
So
Okay.
Double
scared.
mix.
So you see Pilo steps up first and he tries it, and he tries to do the motion, but he does it too violently, and you can see there's a lot of foam in the boot as he takes it, and he not afraid to chug, and he chugs the whole boot, and there's a pause, a moment of silence as he takes it all down, and then a moment later, and you just spew all the foam back up all over the bar, and like a foamy beer, and everyone roars in laughter. And Rory says, the boot has taken another victim. Who's next?
I'll show you how it's done, kids. 9 for my dexterity, 8 for my constitution.
So you see Bori try, and he tries to do the rotation move, but he's too slow, and the beer comes slamming down
Arthritis.
his face, and he's trying to suck it all down, but he can't, and he's coughing up beer, and he's sneezing up beer, and ends up like pouring it all back on the table, and again, everyone laughs in raucous laughter. Oh, sorry, Dad, you're not fit for the boot anymore.
Mule hands, I swear.
And they look to Captain Whitmore and they say, it's your turn, Captain. Let's see if you can slay the boot like you did those men.
There
The
be
glory
no
moment.
beast that I could not conquer. My dex and con are both 0.
Chanting.
7
With more.
for dex.
With more. With more.
And a 10 for con.
So you see Whitmore try the move. It doesn't look very clean, but he opens his gullet and he slams it all down. And again, there's that moment of pause. Is he going to hold it in? And Whitmore, you feel it churning in your stomach. And then you let out a huge belch. And all the beer stays down and the whole bar just explodes into cheers. And when people are like throwing their drinks, and then a chorus starts of your song, and the lyrics of this time are something about the defeater of the boot, Captain Whitmore, drinker of the boot, and you guys get fucking lit up drunk. No one will let you pay for drinks. You drink, that whole cash you guys sold is gone, and you're back to drinking the mulled wine, and it gets
Nobody
you
cares
wrecked.
at
It's
that
a
point.
dangerous
Nobody
combination.
cares at that point. Might as well be ambrosia. Well, drunkenly make my son agree to some sort of deal for shipping us like cheap liquor
Yeah.
for the casinos. Do you own this
We
island?
have diplomatic ties. It's a little too far away to be governing.
And you get some cocktail recipes. You get some good alcohol that doesn't have floaters in it, that has a clean burn and has some flavor. And you get a little recipe note on a cocktail that Rory made up called the Mango Devil. And it's like in honor of you freeing Devil's Field. That's his contribution to the menu at Whitmore Resort. So now you guys, you basically, everything was rum before, and it was like, okay. But now you guys have access to like actually like aged alcohols like whiskeys and cognacs and grain alcohols and clear liquids like gins and vodkas. The next day you're hungover, the whole crew's hungover. They load you up with resources that they give you so you can make the journey back home. And you guys sail back. So you guys return to Whitmore Cove, and it is another beautiful day turning into evening with clear skies, and you take the booze to the bars in the casino.
The first round's on the house.
That kicks off a party, and people who live in the area start joining the party of people visiting the casino.
I'll spend 100 gold and straight up carouse.
Yeah, do that.
Carouse the
Roll
whole
that
city?
carousal.
Just 100 gold, and then I'm gonna roll and get the carouse thing. Ooh, 7. I get 1, but things get really out of hand. No, I gain useful information.
So the party gets real rowdy.
Another party.
Basically,
just got
yeah,
back
you
from the
guys
party.
sail back, and when the night you guys get back turns into a carousal. Whitmore spends a bunch of money to give everybody a round of free drinks, and I think it just gets a real fucking rowdy in there, and shit just gets broken. Like bar stools get broken, some of your gaming tables get fucked up, and you're gonna have to spend some time and resources like fixing up the place.
Who fornicated on the billiards table?
Who didn't?
What kind of information do you?
Probably more slip scar. Like I'm really trying to gain a foothold in this canal.
You're trying to do slip scar without going there, kind of thing.
Yeah,
Slip scar by proxy.
So I mean, I'll go there one day, but I want as much goodwill before I go there because it's such a strategic.
You learn before that it's like a child mayor who inherited like being the town mayor,
and I already sent him a gift,
and you got positive feedback from that. You learn a little more about the details of that hierarchy. The young mayor is being puppeted by like a council, and the council is sort of split. There's locals that are in support of you and stuff, and then there's members on the council that are directly in the pocket of Prince Gloomis. So that they're kind of split, and that is the sort of diplomatic roadblock that you're going to face there. Is that some of these people, no matter what you send, they've been paid very handsomely by the crown.
I was gonna say you got to get your own spy network going.
Oh, I want to send a letter in the special code that we have, and I write in the letter, it's like, I hear such a young ruler such as yourself is an intelligent young boy. Please, I've made you a little puzzle to test your wit. Enjoy the secret message it holds within. And it just says something just like, you are cool.
You're sending this to the young mayor. If you're just making like a puzzle out of it and it's not like really containing a lot of, you're just trying to like make him familiar with how the cipher works or whatever.
Yeah. So it could be like our special.
Wait, is it the same one you're using with the governor or a new one? Then he can just bang out like a happy birthday or something, kind of card basically of it. Like, you're a real cool kid.
It might be of use to you, sir, but one of my sons actually works for the prince.
What?
Yeah, we don't like to talk about it much. It's kind of embarrassing.
There's always a black sheep in the family.
This one be by the name of Bill.
And what does Bill do?
Nothing crazy. He's just, his butler.
What?
Do you think that could help you at all?
Mr. Pilo! I tell Elo to leave a message on the stone that asks, what's Gloomis's butler's name?
William Bowman.
This will be of use to me, Mr. Bowman. Tell me, what do you know of your son? This sounds like an awful thing to ask a parent, but I need to know what you know.
Well, unfortunately with Bill, not much. Like I said, he's the black sheep. He lives with his mother. The same wretched lady I wouldn't talk about earlier.
What does she do? What part does she play in all of this?
Who knows what that hag does? I'm done talking about this. Like, you're really upset.
I put my hand on Bori's shoulder. And, I'm really sorry. I know you've lived a long life and a tough life, but
you, Captain,
and you need not reminisce on this anymore. But please, anything you can tell me about Bill. If he were to see you, how would he feel?
Maybe a little mixed, but maybe we could try to figure out whether or not he's partial to his lord.
And if he chooses not and turns his back on his family, what are you to do?
I don't know. I haven't gone that far. This is why I didn't bring this up,
Hope you know when the time comes what needs to be done.
Well, what are you thinking? What do you want to do with this information? Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
I'm never thinking what you're thinking. That's why I keep you around.
Well, I thought it was pretty obvious. Maybe Bill can help us kill Gloomis.
Perhaps. If he could be persuaded, perhaps our friend can assist us killing the prince while he is unawares.
It's either that or we take over every single island on the way.
Has your son always worked for him, or is that just something you decided right now?
You've never asked about my sons.
I guess that's true, but you have like 45 sons, dude.
Five.
Oh, you misheard me. I said 425 kids.
425. There you go. That was good.
Don't forget to subscribe for more Crispy Cast. Like, leave a comment, and stay crispy.